Can I ask you a question about today's stories?
Sure.
Do we have anything about the strike?
No.
Okay. Because I've been sitting on a thought. And it might be like an extremely, extraordinarily hot take. And maybe I'm just misunderstanding. Because, again, I'm not like well versed in, unions and the picket line.
Yeah.
But then I saw this other video yesterday. And it really kind of, I don't know, it's making me think. And I think maybe we should talk about it, okay?
I would love to talk about things in a hot way. Did you see this other video on TikTok?
Which? Yeah, oh, yes, I saw it. Yes.
Okay.
And it was from SAG. SAG has social media accounts, and they are, posting pictures and videos with celebrities and, just talking about, why we should care about the strike. And it's all pretty, it's good content. And I'd seen this conversation being had before about influencers, and then I saw it come directly from SAG, and I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Ooh, what are they saying?
So I had seen this girl that I follow who I love, and she was just like, she had never made me think about it. She was like, content creators, I think she put it on like her close friends version on TikTok. She was like, content creators, like, be really careful now that the strike is happening. You might get opportunities that you probably wouldn't have gotten because, none of the celebrities or the actors in the films can promote the movie. So now, studios are looking towards other ways of promotion that aren't reliant on the actors who are in unions and who are now currently striking. So she was just basically like, by the way, like, watch out, like, I know it might seem, tantalizing and exciting, but just know, like, you'd be crossing the picket line. And I think they call a person who does that a scab. It's like a deplorable thing to cross the picket line.
Even if you're not a member of the union?
Right. So I was like, oh, that's so interesting. I wonder, how content creators and influencers play in this whole thing. And then I saw SAG put up a video yesterday of them outside 30 Rock, one of their, I think someone who works for SAG with Bo and Yang. And it was like a message to influencers and creators being like, you guys, might be getting reached out for opportunities that you never would have gotten, but just know, like, stand with the union. And, a lot of influencers are in SAG, but a lot aren't. They were saying they have like an influencer contract. So some influencers are eligible for SAG. Most, I would argue, are not in SAG. And it was just kind of reiterating the point, like, stand with the union. We know you might be getting opportunities that are exciting and new for you, but just keep in mind, like, we're all in this together. And it really made me think, like, why are we all in this together? Like,
Since
I'm
when?
genuinely trying to understand. Like, I'm really trying to understand. So an influencer who's like running a business who just due to circumstances completely outside of this influencer's control, a situation that has nothing to do with a random influencer, gets a work opportunity, whether it be money or opportunity or, just like a potential new exciting adventure. And they are being told, like, to stand with a union that really has nothing to do with them. I'm not encouraging influencers, but it's like kind of this conversation. It's like, influencers, remember, don't cross the picket line. And it's like, is it considering crossing the picket line when the whole situation has really nothing to do with you or your line of work?
Well, I guess, yes, it's considered crossing the picket line, but when you ask, like, why are we all in this together, I think that's just, like, a blanket statement. It's like, just stand with the strikers because in their purview, it's the right thing to do.
Right.
But I don't know, if you've never been a member of SAG, if you wouldn't have gotten opportunities before, and, like, SAG wasn't giving you opportunities.
Right.
It's every man for himself, honestly.
Right. It's just like a conversation that I'm seeing being had. And I'm like, I guess, but what's, everyone in SAG right now is trying to do what's best for them and their family, get themselves,
yes,
the best sort of situation, the best setup, the best royalty deal so that they can continue to work, make a livable wage. I totally understand it. So isn't that influencer and just content creators in general just also trying to do the same thing for themselves?
Yeah.
And they're not in SAG.
Their cause just doesn't seem as noble.
Right. No, I thought it was like so interesting. And I'm like, I wonder if anyone else is thinking this, or am I completely wrong? Like, is there an element of this I'm not understanding?
No, I feel like you're understanding it, but it's just like, harsh truths.
Right. Okay.
And also, if someone who's not affiliated with SAG, like an influencer, does cross the picket line, like, and they're a scab.
Right.
Well, then what happens? Like,
I do believe that you are then banned for life from ever joining SAG.
Oh, no.
I don't know if it's like that with SAG. I know it's definitely like that with WGA, the writers union.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like there are consequences for for not standing with a union you are not affiliated with whatsoever. Like that to me, I'm really not understanding.
No. Okay, so you can't join SAG. Okay.
No, but I think for a lot of content creators, influencers, there are opportunities for them in their future if they grow that you have to be a SAG member for. Like you could get booked for a role. They want, content creator Ashley to play something in SVU or whatever. You cannot take most like Hollywood roles if you are not a member of SAG. It's like a requirement to be in the union.
Interesting.
So it's layered.
It is layered. I think everyone just has to make the best decisions for themselves, much like the writers and actors are doing.
Right.
But if it's an opportunity of a lifetime, like if they want to put you as the star of a feature film.
Right, because nobody else is available.
Like, I'm sorry, but you got to do it.
But first of all, that's actually not the opportunities people are going to be getting.
Promotional.
Promotional, yeah, being paid. And I think to be paid by a movie studio is like one of the top, most prestigious, like coveted types of brand partnerships for influencers. And they're very few and far between. So I can see, an influencer who might not have the following that usually is required to get those sorts of deals to be on the, on the list of promoters now. I could see that being very, tempting.
Yeah, I think just like anything else, you have to measure the risk reward. What's the opportunity being presented to you? Is it worth muddying the waters with SAG and maybe jeopardizing potential opportunities? Or is this in the future, is this the opportunity that you never would have gotten even if you play by all the rules?
Right.
You have to weigh it for yourself. And like how important is being a member of SAG to you?
Right.
Dear influencer. Now let me ask you a question.